Hi everyone. Let us discuss Cloud Computing Unit 1. Topic 9. Disadvantages/limitations of cloud computing. 2-mark questions. Name one security concern in cloud computing. Mention one limitation of cloud computing related to internet connectivity. Give one disadvantage of using public cloud. State one compliance-related challenge in cloud computing. Give one reason why cloud computing may lead to vendor lock-in. 5-mark questions. Explain the main disadvantages of cloud computing with examples. Discuss security and privacy challenges in cloud computing. Describe how dependency on internet connectivity can affect cloud services. Explain the issue of vendor lock-in and its impact on organizations. Illustrate compliance and regulatory challenges in cloud computing. Introduction. Although cloud computing offers numerous advantages, it also comes with certain limitations and challenges that organizations must carefully consider before adoption. These disadvantages can affect areas such as security, control, costs, and performance, and failing to address them may lead to operational or financial risks. Understanding these limitations is crucial for risk management, strategic planning, and informed decision-making when adopting cloud technologies. 1. Security and privacy concerns. One of the primary challenges of cloud computing is security and privacy. When sensitive data is stored on the cloud, it can potentially be exposed to cyberattacks, data breaches, or unauthorized access. Organizations often have to rely on cloud providers to implement adequate security measures, which may not fully align with internal compliance requirements or industry regulations. For example, misconfigured cloud storage, such as unsecured AWS S3 buckets, has led to significant data leaks in the past, exposing confidential information to the public. Analogy. Storing important documents in a shared locker is convenient, but it becomes risky if the locker's security is weak or improperly managed. 2. Internet dependency. Cloud computing heavily relies on a stable and high-speed internet connection. Without reliable connectivity, users cannot access cloud-hosted applications, data, or services, which can severely impact productivity. For example, remote workers may be unable to log into cloud-based tools like Google Workspace or Microsoft 365 during internet outages, halting their work. Analogy. It is similar to being unable to access your bank account when the network is down, convenient under normal conditions, but completely dependent on connectivity. 3. Downtime and service reliability. Another limitation of cloud computing is the risk of downtime or service interruptions. Cloud providers occasionally perform maintenance or may experience unexpected failures, which can make services temporarily unavailable. Critical business operations relying on cloud infrastructure may be disrupted during such periods. For example, AWS or Azure outages have previously affected e-commerce platforms worldwide, leading to lost sales and frustrated users. Analogy. It is like a power outage in a city, where all activities that depend on electricity are halted until the service is restored. 4. Vendor lock-in. A significant challenge in cloud computing is vendor lock-in, where organizations become heavily dependent on a single cloud provider's tools, platforms, and services. Migrating applications, workloads, or data from one provider to another can be complex, time-consuming, and costly, often requiring major redesigns. For example, moving an application from AWS to Microsoft Azure may involve reconfiguring infrastructure, modifying code, and adapting to different service models. Analogy. It is like being tied to a single electricity provider with long-term contracts. Switching to a different provider involves high costs and effort. 5. Compliance and legal issues. Cloud computing introduces compliance and legal challenges, especially when dealing with sensitive data. Organizations must comply with regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, or local data protection laws, and storing data in foreign cloud data centers may violate legal requirements. For instance, healthcare organizations storing patient data on a cloud server in another country may face regulatory violations. Analogy. It is like shipping confidential files internationally without following customs regulations, which can lead to penalties or legal complications. 6. Other limitations. In addition to security, downtime, and compliance challenges, cloud computing has several other limitations that organizations should consider. One is limited control over physical infrastructure, as organizations cannot directly access or customize servers, storage, or networking hardware. Another challenge is cost unpredictability. While the pay-as-you-go model is flexible, workloads with high variability or spikes can lead to unexpectedly high bills. Finally, performance issues may arise in multi-tenant environments, where multiple users share the same physical resources, potentially causing resource contention and latency during peak usage. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.